It's alright, it's okay. Doesn't really matter if you're old and gray. It's alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright, doing fine. Doesn't really matter if the sun don't shine. It's alright, I say it's
Hey,
okay. We're getting to the end of the day. I take a low tech, take your pick. 'Cause you can't teach no doubt a brand new trick. I don't care what everybody says.
how y'all? Rob Smith. It's October the 15th, 2000, and whatever you want to be. Hope you all are doing fine. You can see that right up there. You see right up there. You see that up there? Up there, right up there. You see what? I'm watching the screen. I'm seeing just who's coming in here and who's not coming here. Actually, no, I really don't know who comes in here unless they write something in the chat. Yeah. Could be the FBI, the CIA, or some space aliens from another planet. Actually, I gotta try. Let me see if I can. There we go. All right. There we go. There goes Dennis. All right. Hope you all are doing fine. Today is October the 15th, 2024. All right. Hello, 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 say the kiddies. I'll put them up here. This is a drawing I just did just within the last couple hours. Here we go. Here is this is Uncle Mose Payne, and Mose Payne used to play the banjo in Orange County back in the late 1800s. I'm not exactly sure the time frame, but he played banjo. So I've done a drawing of him with a bunch of collective critters around. This will be at this time tomorrow. This should be painted. I better be, or I'm in trouble. But that is this drawing right here. And the only picture of Mose Payne that I'm aware of that exists is in this book, Dateline, Pine Castle. Stories of Orange County, 1870, 1890. And in here is a picture of, I've not seen it. I've got tons of books of, now I've seen this. There's a picture of the Pine Castle. Actually, this is a it's a stereograph. You stick it in a little machine, you can see it, and it looks 3D. Yes, it does. Anyway, but there we go. The only picture I've seen of Mose Payne. If I've seen him before, I don't recall. Anyway, so I drew him here with a lot more life. He looks like someone actually who doesn't do this sort of happy, jumpy type thing. But this is for a auction. No, it's for a fundraiser for Pioneer Days. That's going to be the 24th or 26th of September. Oh, hello, Hope. Hope's already here. Well, hello. Yep, this is what I did since I spoke class. This was a blank board, and now I've completely ruined it. It was a nice blank board, and now look what I've done to it. Actually, it might look better like this. There you are, something like that. Okay. All right, today is a little person's birthday. His name is Mason. I was going to actually to look this up real quick. I forgot. Here, let me see if I can find a little picture of Mason. There, I found Amber. And Amber was asking for where to see this. And so she sent him a happy birthday. He is 5 years old today. Amber, every time one of her children has a birthday, I can't believe you're already, which is a funny thought. I can't believe. Kid's been through a lot, but oddly enough, because of his youth, he doesn't really realize he's been through a lot. I'm looking at a whole bunch of pictures here. Oh, he's got very short hair. Oh, there he is. Just put some videos. Hold on, let me get a picture of him. Hold on, I'll draw it. He's going to be a big kid. My stepdaughter's last two children are going to be very large kids. Now, boy, she's got his hair really cut short. Okay, let's see what I do here for a happy birthday. And I'll just watch the chat, too. Hold on, let me move this over here so I can see what's happening. Oh, how are you? Oh, there's Dolphin. Love the banjo. Hi, Rob. Hello, Alice.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Wait, what's
However,
this?
if you feel strong...
Sounds coming from all over the place. Hold on. Where's this? I just had a video. Where do I do with it? There we go. Lost myself. All right, happy birthday. Oh, my battery, because I did that drawing at Publix, the Publix in 192, And so this phone's been running, and I've hardly charged it. It's only got 30%, so it doesn't have a lot. I just realized that Mason looks like a friend of mine, Lars Robinson. Ooh, wow, that's not a good pen to do this with. All right, hope y'all are doing fine. You think I'd forgotten how to draw a caricature? All right. Oh my goodness gracious me! Oh, Dolphin, if you get a chance to send me those videos, though you don't have to do it till probably Sunday. You used to do it tomorrow or Friday. And I thought Mason's birthday was September 15th, which was my computer, my Facebook page is all dumped out on me on the 14th. Because I was going to do a birthday thing, then Amber corrected me. No, I got the wrong month. I'm glad Amber's not here. Amber doesn't. The father of this child is not a good person, put it mildly. Wow, it's looking a lot like him. A lot like him. Wow. I've had this happen. Drawing people, I've had this happen so many times. Also, I keep seeing Lars Robinson in this. He's a caricaturist over at Clearwater. I'm not used to hair. He's got his hair cut to his head. He looks strange to me, like that. He looks much older than 5 years old, actually, which indicates that he's going to always look older. I used to, drawing caricatures for 45 years, you really can look at somebody and see how they're going to change over time. I'll send the. No, send the WeTransfer to email it to me. Because I can't, I need to be able to get it in the computer. If it goes on the phone, I can't get it into the computer. I used to use Facebook to do that, but I don't have a way to. In fact, I took the photos I took today. I can't get to. Never mind. I need to get Facebook back. That's what I need to do. That is a real serious problem. But I draw people. I could tell them what. I could look at you where you are right now. I could tell you what I know how you look like when you were very young and when you're very old. It's not great drawing of them at all, but oh well. Because it really should be. Here, you know what? I dislike that so much. I'm gonna. I'm gonna give him a hat. I just don't like his hair. He looks weird to me. I'm just gonna give him a hat because why not? How you get away with things? I'm not really drawing caricatures anymore, but I will be doing caricatures at my old pal Dr. Steve Brooks' Christmas party. I might write the word birthday, or I'll write Happy Christmas on here. That's better. Look like a very different child with a haircut, real short, like he did. He did have kind of curl. He did have curlyish hair. Whoops. Well, so what are you all up to today? I'm a little tired. It's been a busy day, and tomorrow's I've got a lot to do, and a lot to do. But again, going to Publix, sit in that little chair, get so much work done. See this? I'm not sure if I'm even on the screen. I'm a little crooked, aren't I? I think it's real obvious when I'm tired of here, isn't it? I went over got some more plastic buckets, by the way, too, over at Sam's Club. Oh, something at Sam's Club. Where'd I put them? Oh, poo. Tim Tams. Tim Tams is a wonderful chocolate thing. I don't know where I put it. Oh, well. but they're really good. They're from the UK. My friends over in the UK. Actually, my friend Evie Rose Claire just posted about Tim Tams. They're in Publix. $6 for a little box. They have them at for some reason a short time. They have them at Sam's Club. So I did nab some because that was a really good price at Sam's Club. I'll hold this. I'll give this to Amber later. I'll have more energy tomorrow. I got so much sleep last night. That's what surprised me. Really got a lot of great rest and whew. And I guess no live on Thursday, as I'll be on the road. But I'll have to do something for October. Wow, he looks like Lars. Wow. Am I missed? Did you all write how y'all are doing? I didn't crooked that. I'm sorry, it looks so crooked. And thank you, Hope and Dolphin, for helping me earlier today. I got to put that video together. But I don't know when I'm going to quite do that. Computer stuff I'm slower with. Though I did color that swan. Oh, I'm slowing down. I'm suddenly sitting down. I'm just falling asleep. I used to go like this all the time. But I haven't really gone like this here in a couple of years. Really before the virus. The virus hysteria really slowed me down. I think it really hurt things quite a bit for me. Because I've not been able to get that energy level back since. And the day that it was announced, everybody stay home, don't do nothing. 3 days earlier, I was at the Inverness library book sale, and I picked up boxes of books, and it was around a couple hundred people. And then the next day, that was a Friday, right? Friday, yep. Saturday, I was in Savannah for a bat mitzvah. And I was around hundreds of people, young people, old people, all kinds of people. I drove back from Savannah, and the next day I was at the Springs Fest over at Silver Spring State Park. I was around thousands of people. And then this ridiculous thing came up, and of all things, Monday. You know, why Monday? Why not a Thursday or Tuesday? Came up on Monday. Nobody go anywhere. Everyone stop. And I thought to myself, gee, I've just been around and they had thousands of people 3 days previous. And as far as I've known, I've never had that virus thing. Never had it. And my friend Trisha Kirby, who we've talked about before, we celebrated her birthday on the 6th. She and I both agree. When you have things like, if you think there's some sort of virus thing going around, you don't get away from people, you get to people. You want to expose to as many as you can because you'll strengthen your immune system. And I believe that's very true for me because I've doing events for 45 years and being around hundreds of thousands of people, conventions and everything, really does strengthen your ability to fight whatever. But I've certainly been sick. Like I was sick last December with AJ Dowd, and I'm in his car. We're going to a political event, and a 2.5 hour drive, half hour in, he says, "Oh, by the way, I'm sick." But I can't get out of the car. We're on the highway going at 150 miles an hour. We get to the event. And then we drive all the way back, and Sunday night I start getting sick, and I'm sick all the way into January. So, yeah, when you get exposed like that, it's hard to fight that. Also, I took these little children to a big Christmas event in North Carolina. I shouldn't have been there. I'm a cracker, and I had myself exposed to 35, 30-degree temperatures outside for hours, and that made it much worse. But I wanted them to see. He'd never seen Santa before. He did. He did last December. So did his sister. Where am I? Oh, pretty good. I have some eBay listings ready. Okay. I know folks who definitely felt different. I'm not doubting that there's a flu thing. AJ's wife, Angie, has what they call um, long-term COVID, and she really has. I mean, it's really bad. That's the thing is, I don't think we really understand what it is. But I don't want to get into all that here. It's just that. It's just funny that just before all that happened, I was fine. I mean, I lived here, I lived here, Ocala, went to Inverness, went all the way to Savannah, came all the way down to Silver Springs to the Springs Festival. I didn't have much sleep all those 3 days. And I really wasn't that, I mean, I was tired, but not like I am right now. It's just staying still for so long. I've got some friends who have health problems involving energy and all, and I really recommend you gotta get out. You can't succumb to it. You've got to try to beat it as you can. I know it's not easy, but if you let it take over your, and I've kind of let that happen here. I think because of the virus stuff. I mean, they wouldn't even let you go to hiking. Some people don't know this at the Ocala National Forest. Because the national parks were forbidden. You're forbidden to go to the national parks. So there are these folks who went hiking anyway into the parks by themselves in the Ocala National Forest. Parked there's a little place called the 88 store. Parked at the 88 store, went out by themselves, out in the woods. And when they came back by their car were federal law enforcement, FDLE, that ticketed them for going out into a forest where there's nobody. It's unbelievable. And I know this because I talked to folks at the 88 store. They told me this happened a number of times. Because the 88 store had to close, and they were angry about it because people were going out and hiking anyway. Why couldn't they be open? It's just so stupid how we handle that. So here's Mason. So tomorrow when I go live, I should have this picture in color, all nice and painted. I still got to erase it, but I'll have it all painted. I got a lot to do. Yes, we're not. It's not one world, as Paul Harvey said. Really? Oh, you mean that park where I met Hope at? Why take down the swings? Yeah. What? So that I mean, it's long term COVID. And Alice, if you've had this too, it really raised the question: just what the heck was this? And again, it's a situation where the media said no, this doesn't exist, and it turns out that even Fauci eventually admitted, yep, it came out of Wuhan, and yes, it was that we were doing some, we were doing certain experimentations there, and the ventilation wasn't the best, and it's unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. It's a bad situation. All right, should I draw anything else? I'll try to post this. Not one of my better drawings. I didn't realize how he's getting older, and he's really getting. He's got these bags. You know the Popeye look of the top and bottom, which makes you look much, much older than you are. Even if you're 5 years old, you look like you could be 10. Yeah, it's something unnatural. Yeah, yeah. So what? And why? And we're paying for it. We're paying for it. What are we paying for? Why do we do this? Unbelievable. That's why we have this election coming up too, isn't it? And turning on YouTube as I turned on YouTube yesterday, and as I turned on YouTube the day before, and here's Trump still. How the? Where does he get all this energy? Well, he's got how old is he? He's 70. He's got 15 years on me or something or more. And how the heck does he do it? And he looks out of shape. He looks just amazing. I don't think he quit during the virus hysteria. If I hadn't slowed down, I think I'd be like I was. That's why I need to get out these. So yeah, we can go back. We can go to Erna Nix. I need to go to Real Park though. That's the thing. I mean, the bad part about Turkey Creek is that it's got all the contraptions there, and it's so much effort of making people do what they want them to do. I mean, you can see. I know the type of mindset that designed it. I've been involved with park design, and I despise how that was designed. I'm sure as you get away from all that, it gets better. I hope. Otherwise, they spent $1 million there. But all that stuff. I mean, like Tilly Fowler Park at Jacksonville also has a educational center. None of those nonsense is there. None of it. None of all those little ropey things and know this, know that. No. And look what happened. Know this or that. And there's a guy with drugs. It doesn't. It tends to attract bad guys, because Tilly Fowler is often very empty, except for school kids. And it's right there across from the Montgomery entrance to Naval Air Station, Jacksonville. You think that place would be packed, but no, it can be with school kids, but that's about it. I've never seen it busy otherwise. Oh, look what I did with his leg. That's silly. I did it again. Made this leg long, short. Well, you have to go down San Sebastian. A real like Ocala National Forest is a real park. It's a real park is one where you should be able to walk in and not see any sign of man. Now you're at a good park. That's a good park, and the trails should be minimal. Shouldn't be more, maybe 3 feet wide, and you can just walk it. Those are my favorite parks. They're mostly up in North Florida. There aren't a lot down south. Because government views these things and sees a way to dump contractors. Could dump their contractor. God, I'm tired. Dump their contractor contributors to go add the sidewalks and fences and posts and signs and everything else. You shouldn't have any of that stuff. Now, we had a park in Orlando called Bill Frederick Turkey Lake Park. I'm sure Hope remembers that, and we just dumped. It was like a giant black hole of money. It was constantly pouring money in it to do whatever. It just didn't matter. It was just ridiculous. Yeah. There's Mark Plays. Hello. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm not drawing. Cool stream for someone who's not drawing anything. It says he's drawing something. I should change that, shouldn't I? What am I doing? I'm tired. I am tired. Wow. Again, this is. So I'm gonna erase this, and then I'm gonna add watercolor. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do that. Well, I'm gonna go do sign waving at Babcock and Palm Bay tomorrow. So I've camped out over at a burger. I hate going to Burger King, but it's right there. It's easy to park, and there's a Chili's there, but I really don't want to go to that. That's also real expensive. So for $5, I can get one of their value meals. And I'll just sit there and paint try to get there around 3:34, and then I'll go out there and sign wave. I told Teresa who's arranging it, and then I'm sign waving on Friday. That's the day where that Friday one tends to knock me out. And I did pencil this, of course. I don't want to do too many shadows because I want to make sure I do those in color. Oh, I don't. Speaking of the name Dennis, I heard from Dennis Kaminsky over at DK Art Supply, and Dennis said just tell him what he needs, he'll get it together. So I'm going to get him to make a bunch of those little boards so we can have a whole bunch of those. But I may not be able to get them. Well, I have to call him. I'm trying to think how fingers are held. I'm going to add strings, but I'm going to wait till. Make sure I get this in here. The bottom of the banjo. So I'm going to have to go over this in ink again after I do this. I hope this sells for more than $5, but who knows? I think it will. You should see the. I've got two more to do for the Orange County Regional History Museum, which I'm digitally coloring. I colored that one already. It's done with Santa. But then the other one, I'm going to do one with a Christmas star. It's involving how downtown Orlando looked in the 1940s. It's going to have ivies. I'm sure Hope remembers ivies. And another store, mostly forgotten today, Dixon Ives. The building's still there, but I'll come in here. Oh, hello, Melissa Busby. How are you doing? All right, I am. So I'm going to meet you at Gabriel's. Actually, I've talked to Billy Morgan, and I now have an order to pick up to take to the Pioneer Days meeting. Hey, that'd be pretty cool. I go to Gabriel's and go to the Pioneer Days meeting, and I end up taking a whole bunch of sandwiches with me. Yeah, the Gabriel folks would love that. Yeah, Billy was really happy with that. So, and guess what he wants? He's another regular person. You regulars, I tell you. Oh, so Melissa just got here. This is this is going to be part of a fundraiser. This is a fellow who used to play banjo in Orlando, mostly south of downtown and into Pine Castle and Belle Isle. And Belle Isle came later. But the picture of him is not at all as sprightly as this. I've added a bunch of little happy critters. I'm going to watercolor all this. And I hope y'all are doing fine. Is Mark Plays still here? And please like this if you can. I'd really appreciate it. I was just gonna say, if some of y'all like to see me draw, I'm very tired. It's been a long day. I should not be this tired, but yeah. Okay, so when y'all want to, we go to Erna Nixon next. Just so I start building up videos. And I really should see if I know it's a drive, but over to the Enchanted Forest. That's actually a real park in many ways. They have a huge educational area, but once you go out to the trails, you're on your own. And again, I was surprised at how many gopher tortoises were at the one we went to today. Very surprised. And I don't like how they're so personable, if you will. Like that druggy guy could easily, they had that basket. And I actually talked to the lady after you all left because I was warning her about what she might be encountering because it's very probable he was out to sell. That's why he was smoking the thing around through the park. But I told her to be careful. I really want to actually go. I could have gotten everybody in trouble. But anyway, he likely had, they likely had stuff to sell. Again, they were from out of state, trying to pick up a few bucks. But moreover, they also could have been trying to pick up gopher tortoises if they're familiar with them at all. Because that little basket would have been perfect to grab a gopher tortoise and put it in. Because gopher tortoises you can get a lot of money for them. And you can see she was pretty much by herself. I saw the person who was helping her. That person didn't look like they were really there to really help much. Oh, look, this giant. Oh, I shouldn't be using this pen. I don't know if it's waterproof. I'm tired. Okay, stop me. There we go. Yeah. Melissa and Mark Plays. We were at a park called. I'm too tired. It was Turkey Creek, and so there were these turkey vultures. I mean, turkey. No, there were no turkeys. No turkeys there at all. That was very nice of Mark to write. Great stream, because I'm here. I was just yapping about. You tell when I'm tired. I will be awake, Melissa, when I see you on Thursday. So I say now. Better be. But there were a lot of gopher tortoises. In fact, I don't know if I've seen so many. As Hope pointed out, four. You say in one place, see four. I don't think I've ever seen that before. In a was supposed to be relatively a natural area. It was very interesting. And I'm glad, Melissa, you got your electricity back on. My friend John Hooper over in Seminole, Florida, just got his on yesterday. That's over in Pinellas County. They definitely struggled over there. I've been trying to keep track of Trisha Kirby, but I'm not clear what's going on with her. Oh, there's Andrea Kaczynski. Hello, Caleb. How are ya? Today is Amber. Today is Mason's 5th birthday. So now, so Amber's got 3 to I can't believe how tired I am. To the point that maybe I should take a nap after this. Or again, don't succumb to it. Right? Just keep going. My friend Sarah Hardy just offered her place over in Sanford. So there's a thought, Andrea. Her, and I may definitely take advantage of it. December 14th, I'll be at the St. Lucia Festival. Please come out. It's Christmas. I'll be doing free drawings, and I'll also be a docent about Seminole County history, mostly citrus history, a little bit Seminole. Seminole. And that's and then I'll be run over to a Christmas party. I need to see what's going on with Madeline Boltler. See how she and her husband are doing, but I hope to be at their Christmas party. Wow, they deck it out. I was looking forward to posting pictures on Facebook last year of it, and in the end, I was sick. And they both have health issues, and I did not want to make them all sick just because I'm selfish and want to see their Christmas. She goes all out. Her husband's funny. He's a smoker. And he should not be. He has emphysema and all kinds of health and lung problems. Anyway, he just smokes there and watches her. she's got. I mean, she's got a. If Madeline could do eBay, you could. I think you could take a corner of a little teeny corner and probably make $1 million off of everything. And she just has a lot of stuff. Her Christmas tree is packed. She has tons of every kind of little collectible you can imagine. It's really something. And then there's a second floor, and she has it all the way up the stairs too. They're both big history people. In fact, I did a drawing of Madeline and her. They got married, as I once did, in historic garb. They used to do reenactments at one time. Both are unable to do it due to health. They're not really all that old either. I just can't do it. Actually, these should be claws. I'm drawing them like a turtle. I'm messing up here. There's another difference. They have more finger-ish. That's what happens when I'm tired. How do you stainless steel? That's all my silverware is stainless. Or a big fan of Road Dahl, one of the two. So here is a gopher tour. So yeah, Andrea, we went to a park today, did some video. Finally, I was gonna hike it in the end, didn't. There was a druggy guy there. Would you believe it? I, I'm quite certain he was there to sell because they didn't leave, and that was something she and I were taught. That's what was getting her more concerned about going after these two, was they didn't leave, so they were hanging around, and I think they were looking to make a sale. And see, Andrea's familiar with this territory herself too. Bad stuff. We know what these things look like. A little concerned how the lady at the park was being a little bit la-di-da about the whole thing. There's no la-di-da about this stuff. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but she was clearly scared, and that's not good. They need to. And if Amendment 3 passes, it's going to be much worse than that. That's what I said to her again. Golly, you think this is a bad guy? I said to her, it's going to be much, much worse. There's going to be, because they'll drive through the state and stop at all sorts of places to see if it's about sales. And there's nothing much law enforcement will be able to do about it. They won't be able to do anything. In fact, they won't even show up if you called them, because what are they going to do? There's really no restrictions. I was reading back over the amendment again. I mean, there are no restrictions. And so what's going to happen is the legislature is going to spend the entire session fighting over restrictions. Or they'll try to stall something or other. How about let's fight this thing and say let's not do it? There's a thought. And be proactive. Notice how you don't hear from any real politicians about this. Yeah. Yeah, Andrew, you would have been happy tortoise. Yes. Well, no, yes, this is a gopher tortoise. And actually, I have to get I got to get this book done. And I actually have a whole page I've got inking of a gopher tortoise hole. I should have that. That should be the other thing to get done. When I see Melissa on Thursday, have that page done. That'd be good. It's pretty detail oriented. But again, yeah, I was saying I gotta get a hold of Laura Lee, and I gotta get to these other pictures too. I don't like seeing all the potato vine there. That's not good. Though these guys will tend to eat it, but they can't eat a nut. It grows faster. They can eat it, and it'll strangle the stuff they really want to eat, pawpaws and things like that. Prickly pear. I didn't see. Was there some prickly pear there? I don't remember. I don't think I saw it. Yeah, I just was concerned how these guys didn't seem to be too afraid of the human race, and they really should have been. It's been owls have been it's the folks coming from younger years, and they think there's something wrong with restrictions, and yet yet like we're talking about with the virus hysteria, with all these restrictions, and there really wasn't a lot of fight to it. And if there had been, believe me, the media wouldn't have gone away with all they got away with. Everyone just said, okay, we'll just stop everything. But that seems to be a pretty neat park, though I didn't see it all. I really couldn't walk through it. If I ran to the drug guy, I would. Andrea understands I would not have been. It would have been really nasty. I have zero tolerance. And as I say, I think we should just get out the news and just hang someone like that. We don't need losers in life. Not in our country or any part of the world. In fact, losers, there's no need for them. Well, it's just one little mistake. No, that's mistake enough. That's good enough for me. Raise them up. Get out of here. Both of them. They're from New Jersey. So I think they're driving around and they're trying to pick up money, going to park to park to park. This is not unfortunately, well, Andrea and I both have been through a lot, and we can tell you all kinds of stuff these guys do. Again, I never touched the stuff. Never touched it. Proud as heck about that. Sorry, I didn't mean to get into all that. I'm tired, so I'm not being Mr. Entertainment today. But anyway, this is this is a little sloppy, but I should make that a little darker. I'll be awake tomorrow, I promise. But I might wait for another park visit till after November 5th. I might mention the North Brevard County Historical Society is having their annual dinner on the 4th of November. Just crazy. For someone like me, I just can't. I want to be there. I just can't. There's just too much to do. I'm not sure where I'm going to be November 5th yet. Some watch party somewhere, probably. I don't know if I'll join Brevard County or go into Orange or Wood. Maybe go to Osceola or, I don't know. Should go over to Marion. Okay, I'll just make that. Just make all that black and he'll stick out like it should. Wow, that is running out of ink. Now look at that. Have I run out of battery yet? I'm surprised this is still going. It only had 32%. Look how far I'm getting. 32%. I'm not reading this. Hopefully we won't be in upright before November. Can you draw a bee and butterfly playing with him, Mr. Smith? Wait a minute. Yeah, drugs. That's why vote no on 3. It's not the one, it's everyone. It's not that they hurt the people that are using, it's that they hurt everybody else. And it's okay with them if they kill them because it's just, there's more where they came from. It doesn't matter. That's why I read that new book, The Last Kilo by T.J. English, that came out in end of May. I read it beforehand, did a pre-review of it. It is horrid. It's a wonderfully researched book, great information in it. If you want to know how the drug trade works in Florida, oh, Andrea, it would chill you to the bone. How these guys, these Cubans, so-called Cubans, we're Cubans, so we're going to raise all this money to defeat Cuba, but we're never going to spend any of it to defeat Cuba. We're just going to buy boats and planes, and then we'll just keep distributing the marijuana, the cocaine, so on. And not once throughout the entire book is there anyone saying, oh, we feel bad for those people we hurt or killed. We don't care. It doesn't matter. And actually, English writes them as if they're heroes. Now, maybe he had to do it because the Falcons were directly involved with the book. They actually were interviewed and were part of it. I don't care. Then you put a disclaimer. You want to do it. You want to do something that's trigger alert. Do a trigger alert on the cover of this book. Because if you read it, you think these guys are good guys. These guys should be dead in the ground forever. Both brothers dead. That they're still even alive shows the shame of our judicial system. How many people did they kill? I mean, millions, certainly. They've been doing it since the late 70s. How many people died just in Miami from use of cocaine and ecstasy and all the stuff these guys were selling, and marijuana and everything else? They've killed millions. And they're still killing people today because they, as Andrea and I both know, they begat. I mean, Mason's coming from a family, Amber would tell you. It just goes on and on and on. Sorry, I feel very strongly about this issue. I shouldn't have started. I got to shut up. Tom Hockman starts to talk to me about this, and you just can't. I just go. I just know too much about all this stuff. I can't believe we're even considering. It's not funny at all to me. I don't know. I'm trying to be a little lighter about it, but it's horrendous. I feel very, very strongly about this, and I don't know what I'm going to do if this passes, and I think it is because I don't want to be around. Again, we'll be even more around people who are older. I don't want to be around younger folks. I can. That's another reason I stopped doing gigs. This stuff was starting to pop up at parties, and I can't have it around me. I just, if you want to get your head lopped off, you just go ahead, do it around me. I won't even think twice. I see no reason for your existence. Okay, oh, you're talking about butterflies. Yes, I could draw a butterfly. I'm sorry. That's one way to get me off the subject, right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was really sad. I'm really sad. I remember when all these butterfly parks were going on. We were adding them all over the place, late '80s through the mid '90s or so, and they've all pretty much all of them fallen apart. Where's one I know? There's one I saw a lot, and it was actually being maintained. Shoot, I can't put my finger on it, but it was all being maintained. Was it Selby Garden? No, Selby's a private. And that's really sad. That drug thing was happening in a park, a public park, because they hope to get the kids. You get the kiddies there, kids. Ugh. I'm back on that. I'll stop. Yeah, Alice, I'm hearing that from a lot of people, wherever they are politically. They're very concerned. I'm working on it. I'm gonna be. It sounds like Alice, you're on my. I think all of us are on the same page. I'll be out sign waving tomorrow, out in the heat where I shouldn't be, but I'm not giving up. It's the most important thing we can do is be public about our views about it. I'll have a no on three sign with me too. I can't believe how often I've had to talk to people I know who are have the same mindset as me, who don't get Amendment Three, and I'm having to talk. I said, what's wrong with? Can't you see what's wrong with this? They think that the no on three people, I swear, are working for the yes on three because their argument is so flimsy. And I said that to the one ladies who's working on no on three. I said, why are you taking that angle? It's not about corporate anything. Corporate has nothing to do with this. That's not our problem. That doesn't matter. It's the cartels. It's the black market. That's what this is all about. But she has no. She's a kid. She's probably DJ could do a better job of this because this lady supposedly was trained and all this. She didn't know what she was doing. She doesn't understand the subject, and she's reading off a list. Don't mean to say that she's dumb, but she just wasn't qualified to be traveling around the state. So she's making a bunch of money driving around. I think she was very nice. She said she wanted me to get involved, but I think she went and told some others what my angle was, and they don't want to get into that. They don't want to get into the cartel side of it. It's why that last Kilo book by T. And I don't recommend the book because the last Kilo is unapologetic, but it is very, very well researched. It's got a lot of good information. If you know Miami-Dade County, someone like AJ Dowd will well know where everything is. I know where all they're talking about. I know Hardy County. I know where they had their drug play. They had their big, I don't know, how many 40, 50 acres they had landing planes. So that's very, but just understand that never apologizes. Never says, oh, I feel bad for what I did. No. How many families have been destroyed? And in fact, Andrea, you and me, were we affected? Was Edith a result of all of this, too, in some way? In my case, how many people are selling now that, you know, are from that? We don't, I mean, that never gets thought of. That never gets discussed in this stuff. But the cemeteries don't lie, do they? All right, so there's another drawing. I'm sorry. I've really gotten into I should be doing a podcast about this. Uh, Dolphin, the thing to know is that I don't know if you've experienced them before. And if you have, then you're right, maybe. But I know Andrea and I both have gone face to face with these, and they can scare me. They scare me, but I will stand up to them, and I know I'm taking a chance. Screen froze. Oh shoot. Um, but I know. But the thing is, yeah, two. If you're not familiar with them and how they work, like I said to the lady, she seemed to have no idea they might be armed. I said, I mean, marijuana, firearms. Ask any law enforcement officer. That's why the arrests occur. There is no such thing as nonviolent arrest. Law enforcement really has trouble arresting just for marijuana because most judges will throw it out. So they have to have more cause. So if they get arrested for marijuana, almost always there's a firearms charge involved too. And that usually means there's something much, much worse going on. By the way, if you want this drawing, let me know. I will give it away. Or we could sell it, whichever. Or whatever. Did you see Did you see when the one gopher tortoise was going on to the one side of that hole? There's another gopher tortoise inside, and that's why they're jumping around. I guess you did. Thank you, Hope. Thank you all. Yeah, I draw cheerful things, but I've been in very, very dark areas. Very, very dark and sad, depressing areas. Andrea and I both have. Thank you, Stinless. Is Stinius? Hold it. I thought that was an L. Hold on. Why don't I use a better pair of glasses? Where are my better pair of glasses? Well, there's a good thought. I don't know what that is. What is? It's Stinius. Stinius. Doll. What does that mean? You got me there. I get curious. My kitty curiosity. Well, I will not. I will say, Dolphin, that these guys, the guys and gals, it's not just guy. Look, that guy was with a gal. By the way, you notice there was a big age difference between those two. They were involved with something other than just visiting a park. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll draw maybe. Andrew would like me to draw a Batman probably fighting the drug. That's where I really. I mean, that's funny because where I started the drug getting really anti-drug was from the comic books. Brave and the Bold. Batman was going after these drug guys because the drugs. I realized when I was young, 10, 8, 9, 10 years old, that drugs made you not who you are. It's funny, the people who push us to accept who we are that we should accept, the status of who we are. Then it will also support doing drugs to make you not who you are. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, you should never you must try to be the strength within yourself that you can do things. And you shouldn't use things that make you not be that way, whether it be booze or drugs. You've got to be able to think as clearly as possible. And that includes getting enough sleep. But that's a lesser thing because sleep is a matter, at least you're probably accomplishing something. Involving drugs, you're intentionally trying to deter your ability to reason. And that is the only thing that separates us from these guys. Not to say these guys can't reason at all, or those guys or that guy, but we know we can reason on a little different, on a more complicated level. And yet, doing marijuana or anything stronger makes you so you are less than gopher tortoise or a butterfly or a bee because you don't want to reason, you don't want to have strength, you don't have ability to accomplish, you don't want goals. You think for some reason relaxation is something that is of some. There's no don't relaxation is if you have time for it. But if you read about the pioneers here we'll turn back to this Pine Castle book. If you read about our pioneers, these guys didn't sit around seeing how they could not work. They always were looking for ways to work, how to build that castle, how to play that music, how to. You can have some entertainment, some music and all, but if you're going to learn how to use a bullwhip and ride a horse and go after cattle, you can't be slacking off. You got to be able to have it. You got to be at your crackerjack strength. And that only comes from not deterring yourself from the ability to reason. And that also gets into the thinking stuff. And I love philosophy, the pursuit of wisdom, and so on. See that right there? That's a thatched hut there on Lake Conway in South Orange County. That isn't easy to make, let me tell you. And nobody imbibing in drugs is going to be able to do it. They'd instead sit underneath that palm tree in the background and just think about it for days and days and days. We can accomplish things, and we need to be the best we can be. And we can only do that by having a clear head and charging forward. Boku, give me a chance. No time. You could be bored. You want. Yeah. Well, look at the history of the Danes, of the Danish people. Oh my gosh, there was the hard workers of those from Denmark and Holland. Oh my gosh, they're putting together some of the structures for those from a century or two ago. They don't do it today, by the way, where drugs are prevalent all throughout Copenhagen. Copenhagen. So I can say it right, Copenhagen. But back then it was work, work, work. Get things done. You can be better, do better, accomplish more. You can do it. But you've got to have the faith in it all in yourself and in what's around you to get it done. If you know you have a lot of drug users around, you don't know who's there for you or who's there to help you. You got to feel them out. You got to figure out, are they thinking straight? Can't they think? Is there a sense of reason? Is there a sense of being able to understand the difference between good and evil? Because those two do exist, guys. Okay, I'll stop. I gotta do a podcast about all this, I guess. Well, that's longer than most modern houses. Yeah, yeah. Well, probably so. Yeah, thatch. Those thatch. If you go, I've been being on the reservations with the Seminoles. Those buildings are very, very strong. In fact, with hurricanes coming through, those things rarely get pulled down, and if they do, they're easy to put back up. We make houses so they're easy to come down, but to get them back up, you gotta have an insurance company. You can't rely on yourself. You're relying on an insurance company. What are you doing? Because insurance companies don't want buildings to stay up. They want them to come down so they can rebuild them and they can get you more money out of you. See, rely on yourself more. That's so important. All right, I'll stop. And Andrea Kaczynski has the voice of hope. And she's very, very good. And I recommend you listening to her podcast and whenever she does a video. And if she won't probably put up a link to it, but there you are. If you have a link to something you're doing, please if you're commenting, feel free to put it up. If you're supporting me, I support you. How's that? That's what I say. I know I need to put the eBay thing here. Oh yeah, all through. I mean, you look at those parts of. It's funny we call it the EU today. I think that's terrible because it's not. It shouldn't be unified. It's so imperative that they each have the Danes are the Danes and whether the Germanic culture, whether it be from Austria or from Germany, and depending on where you are in Germany, what was constructed there, or even Belgium or France. What was constructed there and how those areas developed are just amazing, incredible. The castles in Germany are mind blowing. The effort to build them, to going into those mountains. I drew that castle on top of a mountain the other day. They could do things like that. You imagine someone doing it today? Today you think you have to hire someone to go build something. Why can't you go build it yourself? Why are all these laws set up so you have to go to other people to do everything? You see, and I could get into a whole thing about this is getting to my work I did with the city of Orlando. But why we have everything set up so you can't do anything? Others have to do everything, and then you pay them, and then after you get done paying them, you keep paying others to keep maintaining what you've done, and then you pay others to watch over what you've done, and you pay others to keep getting taxes to be able to build the roads and maintain. Why are we doing this? This is crazy. Crazy stuff. Of course, that is a problem in the EU. It's a problem in the U.S. worse because we're after profits. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. Okay, I best pull the plug. Did I go away yet? No. Okay, I can't believe this video's lasted. Thank you all. Stop. I'll do a podcast and I'll just say listen to the podcast and I'll shut up. There you go. All right. Thank you very much. I should be back tomorrow. I won't be here Thursday. I should be here Friday and Saturday and so on as we continue Inktober. Thank you very much for being here. I'll see you all later. Thank you. Please like this if you would. I appreciate that too. Thank you, Stinius and Dolphin and Hope and Alice and Andrea Kaczynski. Thank you all very much. And hello, Caleb again. And happy birthday, Mason, 5 years old. Take care. Bye-bye. Good night.